Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy in Comics. I'm your host, Kevin, and this is Kevin's most anticipated read tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 7/22, 2026. And I appreciate each and every single one of you that cruise on through. I truly do. And for those of you that cruise in on live, let's take a moment and say hi. Say, Las Cruces, how you do? Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you. Um, how about we jump right into it? Start off with Marvel Studios. This is a quick one because Marvel, well, it's only going to give us one book that I'm interested in this week, and that is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 33. This is actually it's a countdown still, and it's been getting rather interesting. I really have been enjoying this series. There's nothing that's been overall enthralling, but at the same point, it's been entertaining and it's been rather well written. It's been keeping me there, and more than anything else, I like I said before, I am a little behind, but I really have been just kind of anticipating this whole, how this aspect of the thousand is going to come about, because I do know that there is supposed to be something. There's a whole new like villain thing coming out and all this other stuff. So I'm just curious to see how this all is going to work out. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot from that series that I really been easily able to point out that I really been enjoying, other than the fact that yes, I've been, like I said, behind. And outside of that, I don't know. There's something about it that's just not. I've been enjoying it more in the past two volumes, but there's just something. It's just, I don't know, missing. Maybe by the time I get to issue number 1,000, which I believe that's going to be issue 36. We're only, I think, 3 issues away outside of tomorrow. See what happens then. But yes, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 33, coming out on 7/22, 2026. Let's move on from Marvel and cruise over to Odie Press. Oni! Say, Jag, how you do? I hope you're well, brother, and I appreciate you being here. I truly do. It's going to give us Murder Drones, issue number 5. I've really been digging this series. And for me, watching the series is I think it was a YouTube special and stuff. And, the outside of that, they're the team that did also, what was that? The Amazing Digital Circus. And they're the ones that just had the special that just came out. The team is awesome. For me, the medium just doesn't work when it comes as a video format. Why? It's just a little too hyper vibrant, and it's just too difficult for me to focus on the storyline when it's being delivered and the way it's being delivered in the format in which that it's being delivered. All that being stated, I love the comic. I really dig it. The storyline's the same, and it does give the same comprehensive storyline. The art does reflect how hyper, not only the colors and the art is, but how, in some respect, violent, hyper violent, this the conduct in which that these drones decide that they're going to go ahead and do their performance and their job. I really dig the series. I really like it. I understand dystopian the style, and I think it's done in a particular dark humor style that I really particularly enjoy. And I looking forward to jumping in this issue of number 5 because, yeah, like I said, I'm a little behind on this one. That stated, this is one of those series that's been a nice breakaway from the standard, how should I say, tropey construct of what we see more times than not, the format and which that we do receive our comics in. This kind of breaks that trope because it does start from a series in which that it already has our great stats. Did I say stats? Did I really just say that? It already has the backing. It already has its fandom. So it doesn't really need to go ahead and bend the knee to anyone else. It is true to the form, and I really dig it. Murder Jones, issue number 5. Yeah, can't wait to get my hands on it. I need to catch up, but I really been digging the series. Can't wait to read it through. Let's move out from Odie Press and let's cruise over to Dark Horse. Dark Horse Comics is bringing us a classic, which is Usagi Yojimbo Kaito issue number 5. This is Kaito 84, but it is a reminiscent of the stylings that was done back in the day. At the same point, I dig anything and everything that Stan Sakai does. So it doesn't matter in which that he's given a time period of the 80s, 90s, or present day. I dig all the storylines. So yeah, anything from Stan Sakai, I'm pretty much going to read. I love the Usagi Yojimbo. It is a book that I've been reading for decades now, and I'm not going to stop. I love it. If you haven't even just remotely considered picking up an issue, Usagi Yojimbo, do yourself a favor. Go back to any time period, pick up a full volume of something, and yeah, just let yourself be whisked away by these anamorphic creatures in a feudal Japan era that does deliver a lot of things in a folk style telling of that feudal time period and of that era and of that area. But we also get it is in a modern day flair that only Stan Sakai can deliver. Let's move out from Usagi Yojimbo, Kaito 84, issue number 5, coming out on 7/22, 2026. And let's cruise over to IDW. IDW is going to give us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 20. Or is it issue number 300? Yes to both. Here we have something that's like Usagi Yojimbo has been around for quite the time. When we look at the time period in which that we're talking about, what is this, 42 years now or something like that? 40. It's an amazing run that this has been going on for. And when you really take all that in consideration, this is much like Usagi Yojimbo in the way that it's influenced many of artists, many of creators, many of readers, storytellers, all like many in movies. But you had its adaptation in many of forms between animation and real life. I'm kind of beside myself because I remember when it first came out, and here I am talking about it, and it's just amazing to see this turtle journey happening, and not saying being part of it, but enjoying it through the entertainment factor and being able to pick it up. But yeah, if nothing else, congratulations to Kevin Eastman and to Tom Waltz and all and the crew and everyone else. It's good, even remotely worked on the book because yeah, I mean this is much like how it's engraved itself. It's just part of history when we think of comic book lore and things like that. Much like a Superman, a Batman, a Spider-Man, a Hulk or whatever. So yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 20, issue number 300. There are all kinds of variants coming out. I myself end up picking up, I think, around 3 blind bags and 2 of the blank covers. 2 of which I end up picking up, meaning the blind bags at my local shop. So let's open those up now. How about we do that? All right, so let's check this out. What I really like about these blind bags is, look, even the blind bags have art. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of cool. Just saying. All right, so just so I don't do anything stupid. Now, what I like to do when I open these things up is I do cut all the way across, and then on the back where the seam is, I like to kind of just open along that seam. That tends to just give just enough room to go ahead and not catch on the sides. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like a little skirt room. Let's see what we got here. I have no idea. What is this? All right. I got some type of Does this say issue number 10? No. It says, why does this say 10? 10? 20? What did I get, people? What is this? Should probably put it in some kind of bag or something, right? How about we try to find out what it is? Do you mind? Just for a moment. I think you see on the back, you know, they have all the. It's saying that it's a covered by Michael Dooney, but I don't know what that means. It's a blind bag exclusive. Well, that's cool. I really don't know what this means. I'll end up finding out later. But cool. So, just throw that. So this is what I pulled out of the blind bag. This is one of the covers that's out there. I really don't know what this means. So this was in issue 20, but I looked at it, it said 10-3. Find out. So yeah, the blind bags are considered a cover F. You know what I mean? They're like $7. So let's do another one. All right. Again, let's just do. I'm not very good at this. All right. But that was a cool pull. You know what I mean? I think. I have no idea. I really don't know. I have to admit, there were a few of them that seemed like they were kind of thrash at the shop. So I just kind of grabbed what I thought was okay. Let's see. What is that one? What the heck? That's cool. Cover by Freddie Williams. Does that say cover what? I can't even read it. My eyes are way too bad. It's pretty cool. It's another blind bag exclusive. So I don't know if they all say that, but I like it. Has the whole 300 right there and everything. That's pretty badass. I'll end up finding out what all this means later. Wait, what? It's not a Q test, people. I'm failing. Thank you for being patient. Appreciate you guys. And that's all. Check 1, 2. So yeah, these are the two that I end up pulling. Which I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 20, which is issue number 300, as you can saw from that cover. That comes out tomorrow on 7/22. Can't wait to kind of check these things out. I am a little behind. I got to read issue number what is that? 18 and 19 first. So hey, just saying. Coming out on 7/22/2026. All right, moving on from that, let's cruise over to Image Comics. Image is going to go ahead and give us first Terminal issue number 1. Now, this is a story co-written by both Robert Kirkman and Joe Casey. I really been digging what Joe's been doing on pretty much everything he's been doing in the past, sheesh now, probably like 4 years. Everything he's been writing, I've been buying. Really been digging it. And I really dig the guy is just an individual to hang out and talk to. He is a nerd and a half. He loves his books. He loves his writing. And I really just like his personality. He really has a passion for what he does, and he really digs his fans. So I had no idea about this book, and I'm going to have a talk to him. I wish he would have gave me some type of heads up. I didn't know that it was coming out. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The blank covers will have a actual cover in front of it. And then they have a 300, and then it's embossed with a cool green, foil. Back to Terminal. So Terminal also, much like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they have their blind bags too. So I'll go ahead, if you don't mind, I'm going to open this up, be a lot quicker, promise. And open that up. Now they have cover A and all that other stuff. The cool thing is I really dig what Kirkman does, and he doesn't, how should I say, shortchange anything. Everything he's been releasing has just been gold. So Yeah, I'm interested to see what this is about. I am curious to see because I'm getting these like I don't know, it's almost like team vibes. I usually don't do team books, but it seems like it's a total different style to approach the trope. So I'm interested to see what this is about. I have no idea what I just got. This is a cover. What? Cover D. I got an Arthur Adams cover. Cool. I like. I do have another blind bag coming, and I think a cover A coming down the road. But hey, I'm looking forward to jumping in this and see what it's all about. Oh, they do have two blank covers, and they are a little different. Blank sketch cover, Adam Kubert's sketch cover. We'll have to see what the difference is about that. And so yeah, cover D, Terminal. Looking forward to jumping into that. Seems like a neat little book to jump into. However, it didn't make my most anticipated reads, but let's move out from Terminal issue number 1 coming out on 7/22, 2026. Talk about Void Rivals issue number 32. I am way behind. Eesh, but I am looking forward to jumping in this. I really like how now they're making these stories rather almost interdependent upon one another. If not interdependent necessarily, they are definitely filling in gaps between one another on how certain things were happening at certain times and how we see that leading to these crossovers that are now essentially inevitable. We do have GI Joe working with Transformers. I'm looking forward to Void Rivals meeting that gap between Void Rivals and Transformers. Definitely when it comes to the Cybertron universe aspect of it, and how it affects their travels and why they ended up here and throughout the how they got scattered throughout the or throughout the universe or galaxy, I should say, because that's really the story I'm kind of more curious about when it comes to Void Rivals and its storytelling and play with the Transformers storyline in space outside of the Cybertronian style storyline. So yeah, Void Rivals issue number 32. Yeah, can't wait to get my hands on that one. Moving on from that, let's talk about Odin issue number 3. I think this is like a week late. I think I might have been talking about this a week early. That stated, I do like the idea of this cult style storytelling. I do like cult style storytelling and spiritual storytelling into my almost anything, especially when it comes to a mystery or some type of suspenseful type of story. Yeah, I dig it. So I'm curious because I usually don't go into an like a era style story, meaning World War II, one, or anything like that, unless it's really, really well done and really, really well written. And if it's an element of dark spirituality into it, a little cult playing, I'm kind of into it. So here we are, these neo-Nazi styles individuals and certain individuals looking to be accepted are now playing with the occult. In issue 3, I think we're getting to see how what bloomed out of the desperation of a kid looking to be accepted. I am a little behind, as I keep stating, but I am looking forward to jumping into this third aspect of a 9 issue series. But that also did not make my Blue Light special. What this week did was my Blue Light special is. Well, it's Narco issue number 5. I dig Wagner's stuff. I really do. I figured out, in my own opinion, I believe, how he's been able to format his works, and I truly appreciate it. With issue number 1, blowing your mind. Issue number 2, give you some semblance, but not a whole lot. Issue number 3 finally brings a lot together, and you start piecing together stuff as it's offering new elements to the story. While issue 4 allows you to go ahead and gain some now history, some background to where you actually grown attached to the character, the storyline, or things that are transpiring in the story, to where you feel for the character, or you feel for what's been happening to maybe even the victim or everything else. I really like how Wagner approaches the story, and when it comes to which we are now talking about issue number 5, how he tends to wrap up the story is something that he offers it with an element of morals ethics, and he touches on things that make you not only cringe but applaud. It's interesting how he ends up telling a storyline, because more times than not, at the end of the story, you feel something that not always you comfortable with, but more times than not, you are very satisfied with the ending. This is a writer that always nails his books. He nails the ending every single time. And not only am I looking forward to reading the fifth and final version of this brilliant story, but it brings me that much closer to his next work, which is going to be Yumi, coming up in August. Yumi, I think it's double OEX or something like that. It is going to be something that I'm not only looking forward to, but so much is it something I appreciate from the writer, that not only am I looking forward to reading it in this fifth and final installment to this series, but it's just like I said, springboards right to another brilliant series that I have yet to read. I dig Wagner's work, as you can surely tell. I'm looking forward to jumping in this issue, as you can surely tell. This week's Blue Light Special is a work in which that I not only I truly enjoy, and a writer that I also can say the same. But as much for that to be stated, I ask of you as a reader and an enjoyer of this medium to do yourself the favor and buy anything from this individual. And if you haven't already, look at any of the past works and you're interested in what I'm talking about right now, wait for the trade on Narco. Those of you that cruise on through on the live, I appreciate you. Jag, Las Cruces, thank you so much, brothers. I truly appreciate you. I know I keep making a statement. That whole box right there is full of books that I'm looking forward to dump. Maybe it will hopefully be tomorrow, because all those books right there I've yet to log in, and that's probably like 1,000. So I gotta get rid of stuff. I can't even put stuff away. Hopefully you guys will tune in soon. To those of you that cruise on in on the rewind, I appreciate you. And hey, look forward to catching me on a quick auction real soon. And that's it for me, NCBD. Thank you very much. Stay well.